My life-changing experience. When you meet people who are less fortunate, your life takes on new meaning. Nobody was born by chance. Everyone deserves to live a life. My visit to an orphanage last year was an eye-opening and life-changing experience. The orphanage house was an old building on the outskirts of the city with a garden in front. The paint on the house's walls had worn away. It appeared that the house had been completely ignored for many years. When I entered the house, I was taken aback because there were more children than I had anticipated. There was a common room where children of various ages, both boys and girls, could be seen. I began distributing the food and stationery I had bought for them. They were overjoyed to receive food from the outside world and even more delighted to receive stationery. Meanwhile, I noticed a small girl, about 5 years old, who was sitting in the corner of the room, staring out the glass window. I introduced myself and took a seat beside her. She smiled and handed me a chocolate from her bag. She was hesitant to talk to me at first, but as she became more at ease with me, she began to tell me about herself. Her story moved my soul, and I couldn't stop thinking about it. She told me how her parents disappeared in an earthquake that destroyed their home and everything they owned. She started crying as she told the story. Despite her difficulties, she did not blame anyone for her situation and instead was grateful to be alive. She simply desired more out of life. I talked to her for a while, aiming to change her mood, and gave her one of the painting sets. She was overjoyed to see the painting set as a gift. We then painted together for a while. And it was time for me to depart with a heavy heart. She gave me a warm hug, and I promised to meet her whenever I had free time. That day was a life-changing experience for me, as I returned home with not only memories, but also some important lessons. I have been so rude to my parents since I was a child, not realizing how fortunate I am to have everything I want in life. When I got home, I ran straight to my parents and hugged them tightly, telling them how blessed I am to have them in my life. Some people do not realize how fortunate they are to have people they call parents, a place they call home, and people they call family. When you visit the children in an orphanage home and see how they live, how they feel when you leave them, how they talk, and wish they had parents, I promise you that you will begin to change your perspective on life and it will inspire you to become a better person. Important words in this session. Anticipate, to imagine or expect something. Fortunate, to be lucky. Grateful, showing or expressing thanks.
Time for practice. Please repeat after me. The orphanage children were grateful to be alive rather than blaming anyone for their situation. They lived their lives without any anticipation. I consider myself fortunate to have a loving family. The orphanage children were grateful to be alive rather than blaming anyone for their situation. They lived their lives without any anticipation. I consider myself fortunate to have a loving family.